Good morning, friends. Welcome to Sai Motivational Channel 9M. This is your anchor Nikhil. Today, I would like to cover about the speech by Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, address and interaction at RV Institute of Technology, Bijnor, 21st of July 2015. Be a lamp, a lifeboat, and a ladder. Help someone's soul heal. Walk out of your house like a shepherd. I am indeed delighted to address and interact with the students, faculty, and staff of RV Institute of Technology here in the historic town of Bijnor. My greetings to all of you. I understand agriculture is the main source of income in Bijnor, with sugarcane being the main crop. Friends, also and understand the RV Institute of Technology has worked on several rural development projects such as self-reliant workshops and farmers meets workshops promoting green building campus and several other social initiatives. The vision of this institution is to transform young minds into technocrats, globally competitive, highly skilled with positive mindset who live with human values in full respect of the coexistence. I am sure students come out of RV Institute will have the capacity to feel and do that I can do it. I would like to greet all the faculty members for shaping the young minds and the supporting staff. Friends, when I am with you, I would like to share few thoughts on. First, let me share about an important experience of system development, systems integration and system management which I had during my education at MIT Chennai. While I was studying aeronautical engineering in MIT Chennai 1954 to 1957, during the third year of my course, I was assigned a project to design a low-level attack aircraft together with 6 other colleagues. I was given the responsibility of system design and system integration by integrating the team members. Also, I was responsible for aerodynamic and structural design of the project. The other 5 of my team took up the design of our propulsion, control, guidance, avionics and instrumentation systems of the aircraft. My design teacher, Professor Srinivasan, the then director of MIT, was our guide. He reviewed the project and declared my work to be gloomy and disappointing. He didn't lend an ear to my difficulties in bringing together database from multiple designers. I asked for a month's time to complete the task, since I had to get the inputs from 5 of my colleagues, without which I cannot complete the system design. Professor Srinivasan told me, "Look, young man, today is Friday afternoon. I give you 3 days time. If by Monday morning I don't get the configuration design, your scholarship will be stopped." I had a jolt in my life as scholarship was my lifeline, without which I cannot continue with my studies. There was no other way out but to complete the task of design. My team felt the need for working together round the clock. We didn't sleep that night, working on the drawing board, skipping our dinner. On Saturday, I took just an hour's break. On Sunday morning, I was near completion. When I felt someone's presence in my laboratory, it was Professor Srinivasan studying my progress in the drawing board. After looking at my work, he patted and hugged me affectionately. He had words of appreciation. I knew I was putting you under stress and asking you to meet a difficult deadline. You have done a great job in system design. What I learned from engineering education was how important system development, system integration, and system management is. This integrated learning experience assisted me in various phases of my career. Through this review mechanism, Professor Srinivasan really injected the necessity of understanding the value of time by each team member and brought out the best from the system design team. I realized that if something is at stake, the human minds get ignited and the working capacity gets enhanced manifold. That's what exactly happened. This is one of the techniques of building talent. The message is that young in the organization, whatever be their specialization, be trained to systems approach of multiple disciplines and projects. which will prepare them for new products, innovation, and understanding higher organizational responsibilities. Teacher has to be a coach like Professor Srinivasan. As you all know, in January 2006, New Horizons clocked the fastest launch ever recorded when it blasted off in exceeding 36,000 miles per hour, crossing the moon in just 9 hours. Capping a journey of 3 billion miles, the spacecraft took just 3 minutes to cross the diameter of the tiny planet. While most spacecraft depends on solar energy to power the onboard systems, the mission was powered by nuclear fuel, aptly plutonium that gives off heat as it decays. The fuel is designed to last until the late 2020s or even beyond. The project chiefs had estimated there was a 1 in 10,000 chance a debris strike could destroy New Horizons as it soared just 7,750 miles, 12,472 kilometers, which is almost equal to the distance from New York to Mumbai from Pluto. It will take about 16 months for New Horizons to transmit back all the thousands of images and measurements taken during its pass by Pluto to Earth, but by that time the spacecraft would have traveled even deeper into the Kuiper belt, heading for a possible follow-on mission beyond the dwarf planet Pluto. Dear friends, I was studying a book, Empires of the Mind by Dennis Watley. This book gives what type of the new world which we are facing now, what was yesterday and what is today. I have modified certain points of the author to suit the occasion today. I have also added a third line which relates to action of leadership. The book specially says what worked yesterday won't work today. Yesterday, natural resources defined power. Today, knowledge is power. Institutions should empower itself with knowledge. Second, yesterday hierarchy was the model. Today, synergy is a mandate. Institutions will be enabler for intersection of multiple faculties towards mission goals. Third, yesterday leaders commanded and controlled. Today, leaders empower and coach. Institutions will enrich itself through exposure to the needs of sustainable development. Fourth, yesterday shareholders came first. Today, customers come first. Institutions should inculcate sensitivity to the needs of all the stakeholders. Fifth, yesterday employees took order. Today, teams make decision. Institutions will promote team spirit. Sixth, yesterday seniority signified status. Today, creativity drives status. Institutions will be judged by innovation and promote creativity. Seventh, yesterday production determined availability. Today, competitiveness is the key. Institutions will constantly evolve, more competitive with knowledge, management, and technology. Eighth, yesterday value was extra. Today, value is everything. Institutions will have the priority to inculcate value addition at every level. Ninth, yesterday everyone was a competitor. Today, everyone is a customer. Institutions will value feedback and action based on that. 10th, yesterday profits were earned through expediency. Today, work with integrity and succeed with integrity. Institutions have to imbibe the concept of work with integrity and success with integrity and act as promoters of such a culture in their students. When I see the creative young minds of RV Institute of Technology, Bijnor, I am thinking what drives the culture of excellence, that is innovation and creativity. A nation's economic development is powered by competitiveness. Competitiveness is powered by knowledge. Knowledge is powered by technology. Technology is powered by innovation. Technology and innovation are powered by resource investment. Innovation opens up new vistas of knowledge and new dimensions to our imagination to make everyday life more meaningful and richer in depth and content. Innovation is born out of creativity. In a knowledge society, we have to make innovations continuously. Innovations come through creativity. Creativity comes from beautiful minds. It can be anywhere and any part of the world. It may start from a fisherman hamlet or a farmer's household or a dairy farm or cattle breeding center, or it could emanate from classrooms or labs or industries or R&D centers. Creativity has multi dimensions like inventions, discoveries, and innovations. Creative mind has the ability to imagine or invent something new by combining, changing, or reapplying existing ideas. Creative person has an attitude to accept change and newness, a willingness to play with ideas and possibilities, a flexibility of outlook, the habit of enjoying the good while looking for ways to improve it. Creativity is a process through which we can continuously improve ideas and find unique solutions by making gradual alterations and refinements to our works. The important aspect of creativity is seeing the same thing as everybody else but thinking of something different. Innovation and creativity ultimately results into the culture of excellence. Excellence in thinking and action is the foundation for any mission. What is excellence? Friends, you all belong to the youth community, which would stand for culture of excellence. Moreover, excellence is not by accident. It is a process where an individual or organization or nation continuously strives to better oneself. The performance standards are set by themselves. They work on their dreams with focus and are prepared to take calculated risks and do not be deterred by failures as they move towards their dreams. Then they step up their dreams as they tend to reach the original targets. They strive to work to their potential in the process. They increase their performance, thereby multiplying further their potential, and this is an unending life cycle phenomenon. They are not in competition with anyone else but themselves. That is the culture of excellence. I am sure each one of you will aspire to become unique with culture of excellence. Now let me share with you how a street boy became a Nobel laureate. Mario Capici had a difficult and challenging childhood. For nearly 4 years, Capici lived with his mother in a chalet in the Italian Alps. When World War II broke out, his mother, along with other Bohemians, was sent to Dachau as a political prisoner. Anticipating her arrest by the Gestapo, she had sold all her possessions and given the money to friends to help raise her son in their farm. In the farm, he had to grow wheat, harvest, and take it to miller to be ground. Then the money which his mother left for him ran out, and at the age of 4.5 years, he started living sometimes in the streets, sometimes joining gangs of other homeless children, sometimes living in orphanages, and most of the time hungry. He spent the last year in the city of Reggio Emilia, hospitalized for malnutrition, where his mother found him on his ninth birthday after a year of searching. Within weeks, Capici and his mother sailed to America to join his uncle and aunt. He started his third grade schooling afresh over there and started his education interested in sports, studied political science. But he didn't find it interesting and changed into science. Became a mathematics graduate in 1961 with a double major in physics and chemistry. Although he really liked physics, its elegance and simplicity. He switched to molecular biology in graduate school and on the advice of James D. Watson, who advised him that he should not be bothered about small things since such pursuits are likely to produce only small answers. His objective was to do gene targeting. The experiment started in 1980 and by 1984, Capici had clear success. 3 years later, he applied the technology to mice. In 1989, he developed the first mice with targeted mutations. The technology created by Dr. Capici allows researchers to create specific gene mutations anywhere they choose in the genetic code of a mouse. By manipulating gene sequences in this way, researchers are able to mimic human disease conditions on animal subjects. What the research of Mario Capici means for human health is nothing short of amazing. His work with mice could lead to cures for Alzheimer's disease or even cancer. The innovations in genetics that Mario Capici achieved won him the Nobel Prize in 2007. Nobel laureate Capici life indeed reveals when you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. Friends, can you imagine what kind of team would be deployed for an integrated system? It would consist of material scientists, electronic engineers, bioscientists, doctors, and nanotechnicians. Science thrives when it converges to solve pressing challenges of the world, and this is the 21st century requirement from engineers. Let me discuss more on this topic. Harvard University experience. Convergence of science is reciprocating. Let me give an example. Some time back, I was at the Harvard University where I visited laboratories of many eminent professors from the Harvard School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. I recall how Professor Hong Kun Park showed me his invention of nano needles, which can pierce and deliver content into individual targeted cells. That's how nanoparticle sciences are shaping the biosciences. On the other hand, Professor Vinod Manoharan showed how biosciences are shaping nanomaterial science as well. He is using DNA material to design self-assembling practices. When a particular type of DNA is applied on a particle at the atomic level, he is able to generate a prefixed behavior and automatic assembly from them. This could be our answer to self-assembly of devices and colonies in deep space without human intervention as envisioned by Dr. K. Eric Drexler. Thus, within a single search building, I saw how two different sciences are shaping each other without any iron curtain between the technologies. This reciprocating contribution of sciences to one another is going to shape our future, and industry needs to be ready for it. Similarly, last year I visited the University of Edinburgh in the United Kingdom where I met Professor Siddharthan Chandran who showed me the Annie Rowling Regenerative Neurology Clinic. I was particularly impressed by the work being conducted in the field of early detection of mental and neural disorders. Professor Chandran showed his work on deploying technologies typically used by eye care professionals and use it to help detect neural disorders. Using optical scanner devices, his team is mapping the inside of the eye, particularly retina. They are going further and targeting the optical nerve, a small opening into the retina, which carries neurons and photoreceptors from the eye to the brain. Using advanced technologies, they are able to peep down the optical nerves for new millimeters and make a longitudinal and cross-section image of it. I am sure all the faculty members, particularly RV Institute of Technology, will ensure at least 3 months project for every student using multiple technologies and multiple faculties. Friends, few weeks back I read an article in the journal called Science which talk about the latest DNA nano devices created as the Technics Universität München TUM, including a robot with movable arms, a book that opens and closes, a switchable gear, and an actuator. But there is something special about this project. It demonstrates a breakthrough in the science of using DNA as a programmable building material for nanometer scale structures and machines. Results reveal a new approach to joining and reconfiguring modular 3D building units by fitting together complementary shapes like puzzle pieces instead of zipping together strings of base pairs. This not only opens the way for practical nanomachines with moving parts, but also offers a toolkit that makes it easier to program their self-assembly. This is a new field popularly known as DNA origami in reference to the traditional Japanese art of paper folding, which is advancing quickly towards practical applications. The researchers can control the joining of the nanoparticles by altering the chemical ion concentration of the individual pieces. They are also controlling the joining pattern using temperature controls. Such controlled assembly robots can be useful for deep space applications or for fighting germs and pathogens inside human body. Thus, by using the bioscience of DNA interaction with physics of temperature, chemistry of ion concentration, they are realizing the mechanics of robotic assembly which potentially can be useful in the space science or medical field. Now a new trend is emerging. The aspect being introduced is that of ecology. Globally, the demand is shifting towards development of sustainable systems which are technologically superior. This is the new dimension of the 21st century knowledge society, where science and environment will go together. Thus, The new age model would be a four-dimensional bio-nano-info eco-based. When technologies and systems converge, obviously one important aspect is systems thinking and implementation. Friends, let me now share a unique story from the life of Alexander Graham Bell and how he invented the telephone. While successful scientists surely make a lot of wealth, but their motivation is always beyond money. They think in terms of what change they can bring about in other people's life. Science is driven by compassion and empathy, often to alleviate the pains of humanity. Look at the telephone. It will remind you of a unique scientist, Alexander Graham Bell. He, besides being a great inventor, was also a man of great compassion and service. In fact, much of the research which led to the development of telephone was directed at finding solutions to the challenges of hearing impaired people in their ability to listen and also talk back. Alexander Graham Bell's mother and his wife were both hearing impaired, and it profoundly changed Bell's outlook to science. He aimed to make devices which would help the hearing impaired. He started a special school in Boston to teach hearing impaired people in novel ways. It was these lessons which inspired him to work with sound and led to the invention of telephone. Can you guess the name of the most famous student of Alexander Graham Bell? It was Helen Keller, the great author, activist, and poet who was hearing and visually impaired. As a respect to her teacher, she once said, Bell dedicated his life to the penetration of that inhuman silence which separates and estranges. I have written with my friend Srijan Pal Singh about many such stories from the lives of greatest scientists in my recently published book, Reignited Scientific Pathway to the Future. Friends, finally, I would like to ask you, what would you like to be remembered for? You have to evolve yourself and shape your life. You should write it on a page. That page may be a very important page in the book of human history, and you will be remembered for creating that one page in the history of the nation. Whether that page is the page of invention, the page of innovation, or the page of discovery, or the page of creating societal change, or a page of removing the poverty, or the page of finding new technologies for humankind. My best wishes to the students, faculty members, and staff of RV Institute of Technology, Bijnor, for success in the mission of creating enlightened citizens towards building a knowledge society. May God bless you. Engineering and technology is a lifetime mission. I will work, work and succeed. Wherever I am, a thought will always come to my mind. That is what process or product I can innovate, invent or discover. I realize I have to set a great technological goal that will lead me to think high, work and persevere to realize the goal. My greatest friends will be great scientific or technological minds, good teachers and good books. I firmly believe that no problem can defeat me. I will become the captain of the problem, defeat the problem and succeed. I will work and work for removing the problems faced by planet Earth in the areas of water, energy, habitat, waste management and environment through the application of science and technology. My national flag flies in my heart and I will bring glory to my nation. Thank you for your patience. Have a nice day.